All right, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Burglar Report. Your number one choice for news, politics, and face-covered coffee mugs. I, of course, am your precocious young host, Dave of the Steppenwolves. And, we got some news to cover today. Trump train still rolling. But first and foremost, hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I know mine was pretty sweet. Been eating leftovers all day. Particularly one stuffing made by my mother-in-law. Fucking delicious. I don't know, she put bacon, carrots, all kinds of weird shit in there, and it fucking symphony of flavor. Awesome stuff. So hopefully you all had experienced more or less the same thing. And, got together with the family. I know the media likes to remind us of our dark past every Thanksgiving. We're all guilty of white guilt. I don't know. Terrible things that happened in the past. But, I mean, these days, Thanksgiving's about family. It's about counting your blessings and obviously being thankful. And, thanking God. Very important. But in any case, like and subscribe. And if you happen to stick around and want to finish this video, go ahead and you like it and you share it. Anyway, okay. So, what do we got today? Trump train is still rolling. Okay. Update on the Trump's path to victory. One of my favorite topics recently. I am kind of big on politics. It tickles me in a way that, if my wife tickled me in that way, I don't know if I'd ever leave her side. Weird. But, okay. Start off more evidence of fraud in Nevada. It's coming out that some 13,000 plus ballots have no address, no age. They're having issues with the registration. No sex on the voter registration, so they can't technically identify the people. Or a lot of the addresses coming up as casino addresses or temporary trailer park addresses. Not necessarily proof of fraud, but definitely proof of evidence. A lot of shit's got to be investigated. I mean, how are you going to overlook something that, all these ballots could be thrown out and overturned? Haven't had an update on what's going on in the Clark County thing. I don't know if they've thrown out their ballots or what. I got to get back to you on that one. Clark County obviously being in Nevada. That's where Vegas is at. They had been having issues. Another one. Trump's latest Pennsylvania lawsuit thrown out. Again, it might be strike 3. Not out of the race yet. Might have to take it to Supreme Court. Might be his next avenue with that one. His allegations of fraud. I mean, they're having issues. They had some weird hearing in a hotel trying to talk about throwing out votes, and now they're voting on, I think, giving the power back to the legislator versus the state secretary as far as electors. It's all very confusing, very weird stuff, but it just seems almost fake, like they're just doing it to pass the time or doing it to kind of, I don't know, calm this Trump base. Kind of like, hey, we're doing something. Republicans don't ever do shit. That's the problem with them. They're just like I've said many times, left and right are the same party. And it's like the Democrats are out there, the go-getters, they're the ones making the change, the progressives. And the Trump is kind of like their counter. It's like the, not counterintelligence, but it's like the counter argument or the freaking, it's just all fake. It's all fake anyways. But what the Republicans are doing with these weird hearings and nothing's really going on, I don't fucking know if that's going to amount to anything. It just seems stupid. I don't know. It's confusing reading about it, and whatever. Anyways, Kraken was finally released. Was it today? No, yesterday. Thanksgiving, I believe. With was it Sidney Powell? A whole lot of nothing there too. It's, and I say that, there's definitely something there. But it's more, they're both cases in Michigan, and it's 2 lawsuits. Okay, let me back up. Kraken seems to be 2 different lawsuits in Georgia and Michigan, with apparently more to come. And it's going against the Dominion software. The voting machines and their servers and everything else. In Michigan, you have proof of votes being flipped. You have the 6,000 votes that were proven to be flipped one of the representatives that are running, they actually thought they lost the election, turned out won the election. So you have the proof there. But you had already the issue with Michigan was certifying the votes because the Republican representatives or in the state legislature were being threatened. They were doxxed by leftist people on Twitter. Their addresses were given out. Their families were being threatened. A whole lot of fucking shady shit. And they were forced to certify the vote. But per their agreement, they wanted a full audit afterwards. And the Democrats there said, no, you're not getting an audit. So totally fucked up. That needs to be investigated for sure. But the other part of the lawsuit was for Georgia, essentially alleging the same thing. Yet they have all kinds of sworn affidavits and witnesses saying the voting machines flipped. Okay, you already have the issues in Georgia with the lost memory cards, but the voting machines flipped the ballots for Biden as well in Georgia. I mean, more evidence needs to be investigated. Like I said already, the thing I like about this whole Trump thing, for whatever reason, he just gets in there and it's like a bull in a china shop, just crashes and bashes around and ends up exposing a lot. And this is exposing our election process. You heard back with 2008 elections, even Trump versus Gore, they had supposedly electronic voting machines flipping votes. I mean, there was people talking about it, books written about it, but you didn't have social media to this degree where everything is coming to light. And that's good, because we need to find out what the fuck's going on. But at the same time, who knows if these lawsuits are going to even... I mean, they could be thrown out. Especially with the Kraken, C.D. Powell's lawsuit, for whatever reason, is filled with typos. I don't know if you're, been talking about this Kraken, or you've been talking about this evidence for weeks, you couldn't edit your fucking material and make sure there was no basic typos like misspellings and words without spaces in between them. A lot of bizarre shit. It's just this whole... We're in fucking 2020. I know Trump's going down for the long shot, and he's not going to give up. That's for damn sure. The odds of him winning are pretty high, only because this is 2020. I don't know what the hell's going to happen. But you got Giuliani up there with the fucking hair melting off his head, and booger out of his nose. You got the Sidney Powell person, who I know wasn't on Trump's team, and they actually made the announcement that she wasn't part of Trump's team because Trump pardoned Michael Flynn and she was connected to Michael Flynn. So you can't have that conflict of interest there. That would have been a big deal. But you got her come out with these freaking supposed devastating lawsuits, win for Trump, and they got these weird typos. So is that supposed to mean that supposed to be on purpose? For that, these lawsuits to be thrown out, and then her go back and appeal them, so they can be reasserted without the typos. Because the whole thing is, you want to stall certification in the states. So if you get certification stalled, and they hit the deadline, and then it goes to a contingent election where the state delegates actually vote for Trump, then that's a win. Weird, shady politics, I know, but we don't live in a direct democracy. If we did, we'd be totally fucked. It's bad enough all these people voted us into an early economic grave with fucking Biden getting in just because they didn't want Trump. Because they're all caught up in the cult of personality. Like, the fucking people are morons. I've said it before in California. We vote for the dumbest fucking tax to be raised. It seems like every other year, every 2 years, we raise more taxes. We don't know where this money's going, but it's all based off some stupid fucking commercial or some shitty PR that people just buy into. They hit you with that emotional level. Oh, no, we're going to save this or we got to do this. And people are like, oh, yeah, that sounds great. And they don't even, they're off to watch the fucking Kardashians or some sporting event. I don't fucking know. People are stupid. But for that reason, we don't live in a direct democracy. We live in a republic. We have a constitution. So we have all these weird different channels that presidential election can be worked around. It seems weird, it seems shady, but we're not used to it. Through tradition or whatever, historically we've always essentially the popular vote, more or less with the Electoral College, kind of on the same page, and that's how we've done things. That's not technically how it works, and we're learning a lot. We're learning that the electors that are appointed by the states can actually flip the vote however they want. The electors have a lot of power. and we don't vote for them, but they're appointed by the states, as I said. And like Wisconsin, for instance, they're debating on, or there's articles being written about whether or not the electors are going to flip for Donald Trump. I mean, that's, I don't know. For me, like I've said before, all this is worst case scenario because the left, they don't know what the hell's going on. The mainstream media on the left isn't talking about any of this. They're talking about, oh, Trump is failing. Oh, Trump is trying to undermine our democracy. They're not explaining any of this to you the way the Electoral College really works. And that's fucking frustrating because these people are all left in the dark and they think Trump is going to be some, I mean, they already think he's fucking Hitler. They just think he's already some authoritarian fucking superpower wannabe guy. And they see stuff like this, and if he does win through a constitutional or a contingent election through the Constitution and through the electors, it's going to be mass chaos. But in any case, just like the whole debacle with the DNC with Hillary, with the delegates, where they gave, even though Bernie Sanders had more of the votes back in 2016, presidential run, and they gave it to Hillary, that's essentially what the electors can do for Trump. Because, and it's in most states. Some states, there's a few states that their legislation reads differently. But the electors can, how can I put this? It's very good. It's a lot of information I've been processing, learning about this. I'm learning, and I'm just trying to explain it to you. Electors can get in there, and they can cast their votes for whoever they want, essentially. Now, obviously, they're going to side with the popular vote. But if there's issues like we've been having with all these fucking, votes being flipped, all these weird address phenomenon, all these precincts that have 100 plus, percent turnout, which is impossible mathematically, but so they can go in and say, well, we can't. They can actually go in and vote for Trump. They can vote for the popular vote, or they can hold back their vote. And so if they hold back their vote, Biden doesn't hit the 270 mark that he needs. There's like, it's like 5 states, 6 states. You got Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada. Any combination of 3 and 4 of those, and Biden doesn't hit 270. And then, like I said, and then it goes to contingent election, and Trump can win. So everything's still up in the air. It's fucking crazy. More stuff keeps popping up, more lawsuits coming up, and it seems to me that Trump's strategy is to stall until he hit the deadline. And today's already the 27th, 3 more days in November. We're looking at the 8th is a soft deadline, and the 14th is when they vote. We're like 2.5 weeks out, if that. Shit could turn around, and it's gonna be bad if Trump wins for the left, and people are gonna fucking lose their minds. But ultimately, that's gonna be the best thing for our country. Get rid of these fucking lockdowns. I mean, you look at Biden's appointees. His fucking foreign policy guy was already talking about bowing down to China. Maybe letting China take the lead. I'm paraphrasing, but fuck no. No. Get that shit out of here. Whatever. And that's my rant for today. So, if you follow this, follow me on Twitch, like and subscribe, share my videos, whatever you want to do. And I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully. I got more Thanksgiving plans tomorrow. I go see some families. Hopefully I'll make it home in time and make a video. But if not, I'll still release it tomorrow night, after midnight, whatever you gotta do. But thanks for watching.